The disrespect continues. The disrespect continues. And if they're not careful, dump divers in the WNBA, along with their pretend friends in the mainstream media, if they are not careful, they are going to end up getting exactly what they want.
Yes, you heard correctly. The WNBA is going to get what it wants, which is more viewers. The Indiana Fever are the biggest threat, according to the WNBA, and Caitlin Clark is destroying the league. But she wasn't supposed to be the league's poster girl. How are they going to fix this? By expanding the league. And guess what? The new teams will get to pick one player from each roster. In this way, the WNBA ensures that they can gradually dismantling the Fever by making them lose one or more players annually.
Now, Caitlin Clark is playing it cool. She's trying to please everyone. She's trying to keep her fan base happy. She's trying to ingratiate herself with a group of minimum wage earners that will never accept her. She is staying polite with the media, even though they constantly disrespect her. But there will come a point with Caitlin Clark when she has finally had enough.
And I can hear you thinking, well, if the WNBA is so focused on stopping Clark, she'll just leave the league and move to Europe, where, for example, she'll easily earn 10 times a year. As for what she's doing now, she's doing the WNBA a favor by staying in America, but only the W isn't recognizing it.
With the WNBA season ending for many teams, there are already so many players heading overseas to play during the off-season. But with all of the drama currently surrounding the WNBA, on top of the low-paying salaries, some of these players are questioning if they'll even return.
So, let's explore what will transpire during the off-season.
This is all orchestrated, what they're doing. None of this is on accident. It is absolutely, every bit of it is orchestrated. And it goes beyond trying to destroy Caitlin Clark.
The Indiana Fever's 2024 season has come to an end, but it was an exciting one, to put it mildly. From being among the worst teams in the WNBA the previous season to making the playoffs, the team owes a lot to their first-round selection, Caitlin Clark. Clark arrived with a lot of excitement after a fantastic collegiate career, and she delivered on her promise in her debut WNBA season, earning Rookie of the Year and standing out from the other rookies. Clark Aaliyah Boston's backcourt mate, Kelsey Mitchell especially, dominated the boards and was a formidable force in the paint. Nalissa Smith had double-digit averages. Despite her attempts, she scores points in every game. Smith might be leaving the W, and there might be additional players departing as well.
During her exit interview, Storm player Gabby Williams warned the WNBA, if you want to keep international players, you need to do better. So here's what she had to say.
The W thinks that they don't have to pay us more in order for us to be here. And I think I didn't express that when I first talked about prioritization. You know, our commissioner talked about us being able to, you know, make $700,000. That's not true at all. There's not one player who makes that. And we were promised, you know, team marketing agreements and league marketing agreements, but they've fallen quite short. So it's still not enough for us international players to want to stay here. And that's a choice of the players. If I make a choice to make more money, whatever, and then the, you know, teams are mad that I don't come back, but that's how it is. So yes, it just, the WNBA, you know, if you want us to be here, you have to pay us more. It's business, it's how it works, and that's all that means.
Since that interview, less than a week later, Gabby is already in Istanbul, where she will be playing for the off-season. And from the sounds of this interview, it seems like she's probably going to make more money overseas in EuroLeague than she did during this WNBA season.
There will come a point with Caitlin Clark where she gets tired of the bullshit, tired of the disrespect.
It's not out of the norm for WNBA players to play during the regular season and then during their off-season play overseas. This is something that has been happening for like the entirety of the WNBA. It even went as far as to 1 year in 2015, Diana Taurasi played in Russia and did not play in the WNBA. And it was never outright stated that she didn't play in the WNBA because Russia basically specifically put that in their contract, that if she went there, she couldn't play. But that was pretty much what everybody thought happened, because Russia paid Diana Taurasi at that time $1.5 million salary to play in Russia. Now, at the time in the WNBA, the salary, like the highest salary in the league, was $107,000. So obviously that's a huge jump. Diana took that offer. She played overseas, and at that time she was also like hands down the face of the league. The WNBA was not as popular as it is now, but that was an opportunity that Diana took. And I feel like with the growing popularity of the WNBA and with players able to, you know, make money off brand deals and this and that, and their celebrity rising, there could be a world where more of these private owned EuroLeague teams, I could see some of these teams going after some of our star players in the WNBA. And if the money makes sense, if the business aspect makes sense, we could lose more players to playing overseas, like Gabby kind of alluded to here.
However, after months of anticipation, the WNBA has formally announced the rules for the Golden State Valkyries expansion draft, which will take place on December 6th at a secret hour. This means that players traveling overseas isn't the only thing the Fever and the WNBA should be concerned about. One player from each team and one unrestricted free agent may be chosen by Golden State, while the expansion draft team's roster lists may exclude 6 of its 12 players. Run back to the end of the 2024 season. Thus, in certain circumstances, every player on an active roster, including unrestricted free agents, is qualified for protection. Every team has a core available this summer, and a player may be said for up to 2 years of their career because to the Fever, thus it makes sense for clubs to protect their UFAs. Kelsey Mitchell. UF teams must submit protected player lists approximately 10 days prior to the expansion draft in order to be eligible for CED, which grants Indiana exclusive bargaining rights in exchange for a Supermax deal. The league will not make the protected lists public. Instead, it will reveal who is chosen in the expansion draft. Indiana Fever is limited to protect 6 players from the expansion of Valkyrie. The Golden State Valkyries, the league's newest team, will be able to choose players to help begin their franchise through an expansion draft held by the WNBA at the end of the current season. Smith wouldn't be one of the 6 players that many have decided not to include if the fans had their way. Smith is among their top 6. Despite having a fantastic start and starting 37 of 40 games during the regular season, Smith lost favor with head coach Christie's teams throughout the tournament. Smith only spent a total of 13 minutes in the Fever's 2 postseason encounters with Connecticut after the negotiations are finalized. Son Clark will probably play with a new starting forward in 2025. These players, in my opinion, are protective locks for the Fever on the fence and most certainly unprotected. The Fever will probably award their big 3, who helped Indiana make it back to the playoffs this season, their first 3 protected spots. This offseason, Kelsey Mitchell's top aim is to keep her, and the first step in doing so is to protect her in the expansion draft. For 7 seasons, Mitchell has been the Fever team's mainstay, scoring the most points in all but 2 of them. She is also a Fever rookie. The Fever will want to keep Caitlin and Clark together because they have chemistry in the backcourt. The single season was destroyed by Clark. The rookie record for points and three-pointers made, the league record for assists, and the ability to change the Fever offense into the fast-paced style required for success, a mainstay of the team. Clark was the Fever's top scorer this season, defeating Mitchell by 2 points. The top pick in 2023 is Aaliyah Boston. Boston was instrumental in the Fever's 2024-2020 season and led them to a 13-27 season in 2023. Boston has a Fever. The 2023 Rookie of the Year is a formidable post presence who excels in the short roll, is a master rebounder, and fits in well with the Fever's uptempo system, which they started using this year. There are also some Indiana Fever players who are unsure about the WNBA expansion draft. The Fever must select 3 of the following 4 outstanding servants for the team this year, and each of them has a strong case for protection because they have either been starters or important bench players throughout the season, but other factors may lead the Fever front office to choose one option over another. Lexi Hull, who has 1 season left on her rookie contract and started the season on the bench with few minutes and even a few DNPs, is, in my opinion, the most likely player on this list to be protected. She excelled during the Olympic break, increasing her three-point shooting from 22% to nearly 50% in 15 games, and she was outstanding at spreading the floor for Indiana in the final stretch. NaLyssa Smith, in a typical situation the Fever would shield her, but the season was dominated by unrelated events, such Smith's outspoken criticism of her lack of touches this season and her claim that she didn't contribute as much as she had wanted. As a prior number, I think it could be better for the two to part ways. They could hold her for the final year of her rookie contract in 2025, or they could protect her while simultaneously expecting to profit from a transfer. The 32-year-old attacker Tammy Fagman-Lee has been crucial to the Feverish despite 3 injuries. Clark's cross-court passes during transition. She was only able to play in 22 regular season games due to a thumb, foot, and shoulder injury. Fagel has a lot of promise as a quick forward who can spread the floor, but she needs to stay healthy because she is a restricted free agent. These 5 players, in my opinion, are most likely to go unprotected in the expansion draft, leaving them open for a pick by the Valkyries. However, just because they are unprotected does not guarantee they will all be selected. Only one player from each team will be selected, so the majority of these players will have the chance to return to the Fever in 2025. Damaris Dantas, another forward plagued by injury, spent nearly half of the season on the suspended list due to a knee injury she sustained prior to the season. After taking a year off to give birth to her daughter, Katie Lou Samuelson returned to the WNBA in August 2023. In farewell interviews, she said that the physical demands of returning to the league after giving birth were much more challenging than she had anticipated. Samuelson has 1 year left on her contract and is anticipated to make $180,000 from the Fever in 2025. She began the season in the starting lineup at 3, but her stats declined as a result of her inability to shoot from 3. Berger, Grace, the 2023 number 7 pick's playing time drastically decreased this season due to Clark's acquisition as point guard. Berger mostly played garbage time because she didn't have a significant rotation role as a 2023 rookie guard. She might benefit from a change of scenery to possibly gain more playing time elsewhere. Despite having the Fever for 2 years, Victoria Saxton has primarily been used as a mop-up player since being chosen in the 3rd round of the 2023 draft. She scored 5 points in 5 minutes during the final game of the regular season when the Fever rested the starters, which was her finest use this season. Christy Wallace was the only Olympian the Fever had this cycle, winning a bronze medal with Australia. Other than that, she had a mixed year, starting 15 games at the 3 for the Fever before Hull took over her starting position at the end of the season. She still has 1 year left on her rookie contract. Erica Wheeler is a 10-year veteran of the WNBA is coming off a heavy. Wheeler is an unrestricted free agent this summer. What are your expectations, or better yet, who do you see being selected by the Valkyries, and who will the Fever attract before the start of the next season? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Wheeler signed a 2-year contract that made her the league's highest-paid player in 2023. With Clark joining the team this year, Wheeler moved from the starting lineup to the bench, but played an important veteran role as a morale booster for Indiana.